Hello and welcome to the webinar that we have organized in collaboration with Data Incite and Medgini. Today, if you're able to hear me loud and clear, please give me a thumbs up.
Yes, we can hear.
Yeah, thank you so much. So with that, we are going to start today the webinar, which is on be market fit and mind fit to conquer the online business. As we know, the online business is a very tricky affair where we've got more than 800 plus companies in the game of D2C today in India. The market size is about $60 billion. So that's the size of the D2C market. We are talking about direct to consumers. With that intention, we are going to start the webinar, and I would like to have a small introduction about our viewers today who have joined from different parts of India today. And we would like to know your name, location, and third, very important for us, uh, I would request all of you to please switch on your videos so that we can have more proper conversations with you. And the background, what we want is your name, location, and if you are associated with the direct to consumer brand, if you're owning a brand, or if you're managing a brand, or if you aspire to build a brand. So kindly put in the chat. Thank you so much for switching on your videos. So please put in your name, location, as well as your association with a D2C brand. So if you are you, hi Smriti.
Hi,
Hi. So you joined us from which location, Smriti?
I'm based out of Delhi
Okay,
and
welcome.
I have a personal care brand, hair care and body care brand called Smush.
Nice. Congratulations. Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much for joining in.
It's a pleasure.
Right. Trushant has managing a brand. He's based out of Mumbai. Welcome, Trushant.
Thank you
Rajesh,
so
he
much.
is based out of Hyderabad. Welcome, Rajesh. So may I request all to please put in your introduction so that we can move forward for the next step of the webinar. Renuka, thank you so much. Great. So till we get that particular introduction, let me tell you the benefits of this particular webinar. We have been doing webinar for about 17 months in consistency. And today is the first webinar for the D2C initiative, which we are doing on behalf of Data Insight. So Data Insight first webinar on market fit and mind fit. So this is a unique topic which we have curated along with our speakers today. And this is purely designed for D2C founders, growth marketeers to align their product market fitment with mental resilience. So with that intention, we have got two very interesting speakers with us today, and we will be having interaction based on certain areas which are the needs, challenges, problems for a D2C brand managers. So we'll be prioritizing whether your product is really ready to go online. Who exactly is your customer? Do you have a customer persona in place? And where should I sell? And how do I make my business profitable? So we have people who have been there, done that. And with that intention, we will also be sharing a bonus for this particular viewers who are part of this particular webinar. We will be sharing an ebook, which is on the conversation that we are going to have today with our speakers on the various areas of the business of D2C, which is the topic is be market fit and mind fit to conquer the online business. There will be a audit activity, which I would request everyone to participate. The two winners who will be participating, one will be getting the book, which is Art of Choosing, and the second winner will be getting the book, which is Black Box Thinking. So I personally read both the books, and I would strongly recommend you to please read this particular book. And if you're lucky enough to get this hard copy of the book, please do read and share in your particular feedback. So with that, I would like to introduce myself. I am based out of Hyderabad. I am passionate about cycling, dancing, and reading. I passed out from Symbiosis Institute of Business Management in 2004. And I have been into business since 2012. Prior to this, I have been working with various sectors from IT and telecom. I've been recognized with Business World 40 Under 40 for the work that we are doing in Medgini. Medgini is an entity where we are focusing on pharma companies and FMCG companies. And we have started this in Hyderabad and made it profitable. I'm based in Hyderabad and I live with my parents, wife, and two sons. So this is a short introduction about me. And with that, I would also like to introduce my speakers. Zaunty. Zaunty, welcome. And it's a pleasure and honor to have you today with us. Zaunty is a mind conditioning coach and he is a founder of ADS. And let me tell you something which is not there in the slide today. He is born brought up from Delhi, but he is currently residing in Mumbai. He has moved to Mumbai on 1994 with a pure intention of doing something on the mental fitness space. And he has been into the media industry for about 17 years for various organizations, be it Star TV as well as Wizcraft. So he has an immense experience in the media industry as well as in the health industry. So he comes with an MBA from SMU University, Sikkim Manipal University, and he is certified life coach, NLP practitioner. Welcome, Zaunty, and it's a pleasure to have you today with us.
Thanks a lot, Ashish. My pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much. So the second speaker for today's event is Parth Amin. Welcome, Parth. And Parth has joined us today from Bangalore. So let me tell you, he is born brought up from Surat, and he is the co-founder and CEO of Decode Age. So this company is doing unique work in the space of longevity, and they are three co-founders who have started this particular business in 2021. Prior to this, he has exited a successful organization where he has exited with $1 million. He has also done network engineering from NV Patil College of Pure and Applied Sciences. So welcome, Parth. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Yeah, Ashish, thank you so much for bringing us to discuss this interesting points, I think.
Wonderful. So, Parth, we have been discussing prior to this particular webinar in terms of how and why did you start this Decode Age. So with that intent, I would also like to ask you what has been the reason behind starting Decode Age. Can you please throw some light on that?
For sure. So we started Decode Age in 2020. Prior to this, my major experience have been into telecom. 2019, I sold my previous company, and after this, I wanted to go on a break. In this break, I came to Bangalore. I stayed here in Sri Sri Ashram. I learned yoga. I was intrigued how really health change. So small practices to every particular thing where we can prevent those particular conditions, recover faster with traditional insights we have. So I became a yoga teacher. This really intrigued me to get into traditional medicines. I learned about traditional medicine and I wanted to start something into traditional medicine. That brought me to ask this fundamental questions of how does this traditional medicines even work within our body and biology. So Darshit has been my childhood friend. We have been family friends. Our families have been together since last 40, 50 years. So we always met and we discussed about different things. So I discussed about from telecom or tech background, whereas he comes from a biotech and drug design background. He brings a lot of interesting things like bioterrorism, how bioterrorism is playing a crucial role this particular days, and many interesting topics around it. So I went to him to understand how this set of medicines really help our work. During this time, he took me through the science of aging and how modern science is really taking over the space of health. And that's where this intriguing question started, that how and what's happening in this particular space and why no one in India is talking about it. What's the real largest problem? So if I talk about traditional medicine, people were always talking about hair or weight loss or skin or things around very basic things. But when we put down and jotted down, understood the entire biology, we came across one dedicated question, that what's the fundamental largest problem in the world, which happens to everyone, but why no one is working around it? And that was aging. Aging happens to every one of us, right? We cannot stop aging. There is no way we can stop aging. but can we control it? And science really had answers at this particular time. Even I did not believe on the first day, but when I started researching about it, it really intrigued me and brought me to how things are moving, how today we understand science, how science of aging, and we can definitely control the pace of aging or even prevent or predict this particular disease which comes by age. So age related diseases are something which can be controlled. So, but in India, it was a taboo. No one wanted to talk about it. And we thought of let us start pitching it out. 2020, we started going to different particular conferences, started understanding that what are the real needs. And that's how we plan to start. 21, we launched the company. We launched with two major verticals. One is the supplement wing, where we introduced two of the supplements to try and test the market, how it responds. Whereas we also in September, the same 21, we started a second wing that was of microbiome. And because of microbiome, we are here in Bangalore now. Because we are all three co-founders are from Surat, and we started from there. In garage startup, we discussed there itself. But to have this biotech people or nutrigenomics team and things, the research, it happens majorly in Hyderabad or Bangalore. You get this great talents out here. So we have to move to Bangalore for biotech or getting our own labs of microbiome. And that's where we are in Bangalore. We started with microbiome and supplements. We got great feedbacks from customers. So because initial days we had this our own emails and mobile numbers to be put upon these products, and we started getting this feedbacks from customer. We started hearing them, and that's how our journey started. So initial days we understood that what their needs are, how they're responding to it, what they want to understand, how they want to take this particular supplements, what are the core fundamental questions of there, and how can we solve it. I think that's how we started. We wanted to start, and I believe the first fundamental thing which we have to be having is to start, because a lot of people keep thinking about this problem but no one starts.
Great. So wonderful story, Parth. So it's about three musketeers from Surat to Bangalore, migrating and helping people on a mission to look younger and healthier. That's very interesting work that you are doing at Decode Age. And with that, I would now like to understand from Zaunty, our co-speaker, in terms of what has pushed you towards mental fitness coaching, and what was the defining moment that you thought that, okay, let me move from media to mental fitness. Zaunty, over to you.
Thanks, Ashish. Thanks for this opportunity, first of all, for being here. So when we talk about mental fitness, it looks like some therapy or something very, very like dramatic thing to happen to you. Although to put it in simple words, it's very simple. It's about conditioning yourself in the mind first, whatever you want to achieve. So like you asked me, Kitu, when I shifted from media, it was a decision because I always thought ki media was a young man game. So I was at the peak of my prowess when I was working with a company called Bizcraft, which used to make big shows and events for television as well as for general public. So I left it. I didn't know what to do, but I knew one thing, I didn't want it to continue with this field. So then for a couple of years, I did a lot of courses in NLPs and learned how to take care of myself. At that time, I used to weigh 121 kgs when I left the field. So in 2-3 years, first of all, I took care of myself, started a couple of businesses. One cafe I started, one other business I started, which started off very well. But what happened in the 1.5, 2 years was that the brand value was diminishing and we were not able to really cope up with the businesses. That gave rise to one very fundamental cause, which I started thinking why this is happening. We started with a big brand because in one of my business, we are taking the franchisee for Pogo art and craft classes. It was a big brand at that time, but we were not able to really take it up. So couple of my businesses flopped badly, so as to say. And at the same time, I was really taking care of my fitness. So for the next 4 or 5 years, I became a fitness coach. Not because of design, because when from 121 kgs, I came down to 75 kgs, a lot of the producers and directors who used to work with me asked me, ki, please take care, please help us out. So what I did was, ki, I did a couple of courses from Premier Institute of Mumbai called K11, and I became an advanced personal trainer, and I also became a nutritionist. Like Parth said, ki, people know, but they don't talk about it. Still, some intriguing feeling was there in my mind. When I used to coach for fitness coaching, only 5% people were able to really able to stay in whatever was being done with them. So then again, the same question started intriguing me, why this is happening. What is the reason? I am doing the same training. I had a team of around 18-20 people, which were consisting of dietitians, fitness trainers, psychologists, because I kept on adding the team. So whatever was needed for the team, I used to do that. So time and again, it used to come to me that people were not mind fit. But if they had a big goal, if they want to get their marriages, or if they want to have some big purpose, they used to lose weight, they used to have six-pack abs and all that. But once that occasion was gone, again, they were back to square one. Well, not square one, but yes, again, it was not a thing which they could continue. So that was the thing which started making me understand that, first of all, whatever goal you want to put it up. So last 7 years, I am helping business founders for achieving whatever goals they want to achieve. And first, whatever is needed, even for like what we are speaking today is about D2C brands. So people directly are not jumping. Either they have been like they are doing into corporate world and now they want to build something out of their own, or maybe they are having some legacy businesses and now they want to really create a D2C brand. So once their mind is conditioned for whatever they want to achieve, it becomes much easier for them to achieve their goals in business and in professional life. So that was the journey that started from intrigue, and then it got shifted into mind conditioning for success. Yeah, Ashish, that was my journey for the last, I will say, from
Impressive,
90
Zaunty.
onwards.
Impressive. So you have been helping, and you have also authored a book called What's Your Excuse? So would you like to share something about that? Why did you
Like I said,
wrote this particular book?
So like I said, that was when I was in the top of my fitness coaching journey. So when I used to meet people, there were 10, 12 reasons which people used to give me why they don't want to take care of their fitness. So I will call them excuse. They used to call it reasons. कि नो नो मेरे को कोई सलमान खान जैसा बॉडी थोड़ी चाहिए, मेरे को क्या करना है, मेरे को वॉक से काम हो जाता है, या तो आई एम थिन, व्हाई आई नीड टू रियली डू समथिंग अबाउट माई फिटनेस, या मैं एक काम करता हूँ, अभी दिवाली आने वाली है तो दिवाली पे स्टार्ट करूंगा, अभी कुछ ओकेशन है, अभी एक बार मेरा यार ये शादी का टाइम निकल जाए फिर मैं करूंगा, या मेरा बिजनेस बहुत ऊपर है वो टाइम निकल जाए. So that made me write down those 10 reasons why people are really refusing to take care of their fitness, and really what could be the mind change that they can do. Again, it was all about mind change. In fitness coaching, I was the mind conditioning coach and my people used to do the fitness part. So that's why that book came into existence. Now, the similar kind of book, I think by Jain, it should get released, which will be about mind conditioning for business founders. And definitely, it will have one section definitely for D2C founders.
Wonderful. So you have identified the 10 excuses, reasons which people give for not starting their fitness journey. So with that intent, I have been talking with Zaunty as well as Parth in detail about this particular webinar, and they have identified 5 areas each in terms of mental fitness as well as market fitness. So if you are owning a brand, or if you're managing a brand, or you want to start this particular brand, there are 10 things which they feel you have to self-rate yourself. So we are not here to actually give you marks on your what exactly you are doing, but we would like to tell you in terms of what are the things which are very critical while you are owning or managing or aspiring for a D2C brand. So with that intent, we have got a small self-audit activity, which I would encourage all of you to participate honestly, so that you will come to know where exactly do you stand. So are you ready, or are you partially ready, or are you fully ready? So these are the areas that my team has actually curated this particular audit. And with that intent, I would request all of you to participate. So there is a QR code in the screen. If you are unable to scan the QR code, my team will put in the link in the chat. Please click on the link and answer the 10 questions which are being asked from a mental fitness, mind fitness, as well as market fitness. And you can give this particular self scoring, and you will get the response of the same to your email ID. And the people who participate the fastest will be getting this book. So one is Art of Choosing, which is from Sheena Iyengar, and the second book which I love, which is Black Box Thinking, which is from Matthew Syed. And this, with that, I would like to tell all my audience to please participate. And if you are done, please type in done. And we will have 5 minutes for this activity. Will that be okay, Zaunty, Parth?
Yes.
Yeah, fair enough. So these are
You also
purely based
participate.
on the feedback which is coming from the speakers. And we have insisted on doing this particular practical activity, so that we don't want to have a one-way conversation. We want every one of you to participate and get some meaningful actionables end of this particular webinar. You're spending time with us on a weekend, and we want you to get the best out of it. So if you have any technical challenges in terms of this particular link or answering to this particular webinar, please put into the chat. My team, Surya and people will be able to happily help you on this. Great. So we have the link which is kept on the chat, and you can click on the link and participate. There are 10 questions, and they are easy to do. Just you have to first of all register, and then the 10 questions will appear. And there are 3 parameters: not started, in progress, or fully ready. So this is just a self-reflection activity for us to see where are we. And once you feel that you're done, please type in done. So Mohammed, thank you so much. Mohammed, we have missed your introduction. Where are you joining us from? Mohammed Irfan.
Yeah, sorry. So I joined a bit late. Actually, I was caught up somewhere. So I'm
Yeah.
joining from Imagine Limited. So one of my colleagues, Mr. Udanand, he has
Okay.
referred me. So currently I'm working as a trade marketing manager with Imami Limited. So very soon I thought this session would be insightful for me,
Wonderful.
because definitely in the longer run I want to get out of this into maybe getting some sales starting into some business or something.
Great.
So I felt that this session should definitely help me, and
Great.
I'm finding it insightful.
Thank you so much. So we have a lot of things to unfold now, and we have not yet started much. And thank you so much for joining. Thank you, Smriti. Thank you, Aarti. And we have another 3 minutes. After that, we will be moving to the next part of the webinar. The next part of the webinar is very interesting. We are talking about things like how to know your audience, how do you actually identify trends, follow trends, or don't follow the trends. So here we'll be having both Zonti as well as Parth talking from their subject perspective, ki whether you have to follow this or not. We're also having a very interesting conversations around retention. So customer retention is definitely a big area of concern. Yes, thank you so much for completing it, Afzal. Thank you, Rudanda. Am I spelling your name correctly? Thank you. So we're also talking about how do we measure the progress. So these are the 4 areas with the limited time that we are having with all of you today. Till 1 o'clock, we intend to complete this. After this, we will be also announcing the winners and also sharing the ebook to all the participants who are there with us till end of the webinar. And this ebook will be crafted based on the conversations that we are going to have today, and will be shared to you by Thursday next week. So we'll be sending it to your email ID. Your email IDs are registered with us while you have done the registration. So we have another 2 minutes and I request everyone to participate. If you're done, please type in done, so it will help us move faster. Thank you, Trushant. So good. Thank you so much for participating. Parth, we would like to ask you the first question, which is knowing your audience. You have developed the right product, and how exactly being a D2C owner, is to identify the right product for the right audience. How exactly has been that journey in Decode Age? How have you done that? And second part of the question is, how do you deselect the product? So if in case you feel the product you feel was right, but it did not, the customer felt it was not right, how do you deselect, and what is the timeline that you give yourself as D2C owners to deselect a product? Over to you, Parth.
Yes. So from very beginning, I think we were very clear on what set of products we need to bring in Decode Age. So we were focused on bringing all these particular products which targets the biomarkers of aging and aging focus. So we never defocused and brought in and wanted to go into everything what we can bring around different particular supplements. Like most, so there are two set of I believe there are two set of companies in the market. One who go with a particular trend, one particular company who generally follows what different particular companies are bringing in and trying to bring those particular same set of products in the market. We tried to create a new market within this. So we were the pioneers here. So to bring this supplements which were really focused in the area of aging and how it can target this molecular and cellular reasons of aging, where the core product range we or the core portfolio we have built. Now, interestingly, this particular parameters or behaviors we constantly tracked around with the feedback loops, right? So understanding customer behavior, what they use, why they use, and why did they choose this particular product? What are the core reasons why they choose this particular product? So post-purchase surveys really helped us in improving the customer journeys and also bring new particular products which were really needed with this current set of products which they were buying. So that really helped us create the journey for new set of products and find the gap what we were having in our portfolio also. So closely monitoring this behavior really is needed to do two things to bring new particular products and also improve your basket or improve your customer experience, because they always used to buy the same set of products from other brands. But now when they have already started turning up to you and they believe into your particular brand. Can you bring with what is needed within the bucket and give the same customer those particular products which are needed to them, where they can use this to go around with the same particular brand for most of the other products also. That has been the journey. So one very interesting example we have seen is on Sportwit. So Sportwit has been one of our products since last 2 years. And I don't know how it turned up to be in our portfolio because it never fit our portfolios ever. Entire portfolio was built on aging as a real science core focused area. And this one single product which was targeting to sports category was in our bucket because it came with a feedback from customer that they want something as a clean energy when they were working out at night or when they were training at night. Right? So most of the people, they used to take caffeinated pre-workouts to train, right? And this really disturbs their night sleep. So to improve this particular pattern, they needed clean energies, and in longevity freak or very health conscious people, they wanted this set of product. It came into our product range, but we never focused there because it wasn't our focus area. So last year, when we did this particular customer understanding and we found out all the feedbacks from this product, because this product had higher repeat rates, but after 2-3 particular journeys, they tend to drop off. And they used to put in their particular feedbacks that we like the product, but it is not giving us that energy which we get it from pre-workouts. And also when we try to take it into gym or when we are training people used to think that these are steroids. because in capsule form, there is no pre-workouts available in general. So that was one of the very interesting areas we found. And we again deep dive, we discussed with this set of customers of what really goes wrong with this product and can we improve it. Now this was a real gap because we did not wanted to create a pre-workout within our product range. We were never focused there. So entire range will focus on aging, but now we are taking out this single set of product which will target this very niche, which is night pre-workout, which will not disturb your sleep cycles and will help you with the same energy, clean energy, and also make you sleep better, right? If you want to have a sleep, you don't have a particular disturbance in your sleep with this particular clean energy pre-workouts, probably pre-performance supplement. So now we have entirely separated, and the new product which is going to come up in this next 2 months would be very interesting to see as a pre-performance drink in itself. For longevity freak or health conscious people who want to get out and get rid of caffeine for their pre-workouts. So that's how you find this particular small problems and not try to compete in the larger market, because pre-workout is a large market. There are hundreds of brands focusing and targeting this area, but we wanted to always work in niche, create a category and focus to grow this particular category. So we were very much interested in creating category and which can last for a long period of time, because we very much understand the user behavior and we want to bet on 10 years, because behaviors doesn't change. People will stay forever the same and they will always have the same needs. So finding this behavior gaps where they have a certain particular need and which will last for long, we try to find those particular behavioral gaps and try to bring in what fits in within this particular area.
Perfect. I think you have touched upon multiple things. You have talked about customer behavior, feedback, and post-purchase behavior. You listen very carefully what exactly the customer is taking, why he is taking, why he is not taking. With that intention, I would like to just state a small example wherein we had one of our client who had a product on energy drink, and which was a premium category product, and they wanted this particular product to be available in the nook and corner of India. And we were called upon to do the activity in terms of availability and awareness. And we gave a feedback saying that this doesn't make sense for us to actually create a mass awareness, because this is creating to a specific niche audience, and they are sitting in certain pockets of any cities. So we are talking about HNIs, and we are talking about the areas which where the purchase capacity of the people is very high. So keeping your product in mind and understanding your customer demographic and psychographic is very important for us to actually position the particular product in the right place. So that has been our experience working in large companies, large pharma companies also, where you keep your customer and your product and then position it accordingly. So you can't have a spray and pray approach, which definitely doesn't work, be it in D2C or be it in nutraceutical, OTC, pharmaceutical. So this is a logic which will be same as ever. So that's the discussion which we were having prior to this, that if you have any product, you should know exactly where it fits in. Otherwise, you are actually wasting your time. So this is a very big learnings to all of our D2C owners, that if you know your product, please understand to know what exactly it caters to your customers. So with that, I would like to know, ask Zaunty. Zaunty, you have been helping founders in terms of this particular journey of being mentally fit with regard to starting the business. So how do you help individual understand and reshape the mental patterns? So if I am a D2C owner and I have got the right product and I have got the right customer, but somewhere I am not mentally aligned to take this particular product to growth. So how exactly do you feel other things that we can learn from you and take this to growth?
So actually, it's a very interesting question, because whenever we start off with a new brand or as a D2C owner, we create a product. and we have understood the market also. Okay, this is the market in which I want to go. Where mind plays a very big role is in both the sides. Either we are so, like also Parth said, we are so really involved with our product that we don't see that maybe the market and the product fit is not there. So we may have created a very interesting product. We have created a product which is really superb, but we may be thinking that I want it, so that everybody will buy it. So always try to get a niche market for the product that you have. You have to figure out the challenges which your market is facing. Am I making sense?
Yeah, perfect. So what is the tips that you would like to give to our audience here in terms of how to be mentally fit in terms of knowing your particular audience?
So whenever you have to understand that maybe you may not be the right audience for the product that you are creating. So whenever mentally you have to align with the fact that a large audience may not get into the scheme of things. But usually what happens is that we want to try to sell mentally. What we do is that we try to sell the product to everybody. Okay, everybody is my market, because you believe that आपको ना ख्याल आता है कि नहीं यार, मैं अगर एक छोटे सेगमेंट में जाऊंगा तो फिर मेरा मार्केट बहुत छोटा हो जाएगा. बट व्हेन यू स्पीक टू अ रिलेटिवली निश ऑडियंस, you have to really tilt your mind to accept that thing. Acceptance becomes a very big thing to be mind fit. So when you accept it, ki, okay, maybe 10% of the audience which is really built for taking this product, then you will be catering and you will be marketing to that audience, and definitely they will become your fan, your audience for a long time. So mindfit being acceptance first of all, and then to continue doing that. You can't really go on changing strategies or changing products because you believe that market is not responding. So you have to be, the second tip which I want to give is, you have to be patient enough for relatively longer period of time. You have created a strategy, you have to believe that strategy, that it will work, and you have to keep on doing it. Yes, there will be time in which you have to review. Maybe you can do quarterly reviews, maybe you can do reviews every month, but till that time you have to stick to what you have started with.
So we are learning many things here on the conversation that we are having with you in terms of acceptance, consistency, and being patient, as well as reviewing where exactly you stand. So with that, I would like to ask my audience, what are the top 3 learnings that you are getting from the conversation today? If you can please put in the chat, which will help us and move to the next part of the webinar, where we are talking about trends. So trends is a common area of concern, and trend is the one thing which keep changing, and you have to catch up with the trends. So we are having an interesting conversation to understand whether trends is a real problem area for D2C owners when it comes to product, customer behavior, as well as markets. So with that, I would like to now ask my next question to Parth in terms of trends. So we have talked about audience, and we have now talking about trends which comes and goes. So Parth, how do you balance the tapping trends with building a timeless wellness brand? So especially in your space, I have seen it is so cluttered. So many customers are using so many products, and suddenly people say that no, today let's go with the IV way, let's go with the powder way, let's go with the tablets way. So as D2C owners, are you keep innovating every 3 months to catch up with the trend, or how do you match the pace of trends?
I think this is very interesting question. So with Decode, we were majorly tapping into trends, but as a brand, we always wanted to build brand which is timeless, which is taken through customer behavior or understanding human behaviors. So we wanted to always bet for not short period of time and only keep up with trends, but build something which is going to last for next 10 years or 20 years. And that's the legacy brand which we wanted to always build. There is one very interesting quote from the book Same as Ever. So it's one of my very favorite book, and I would recommend it as a great read. What always have been true is more important than what is recently true. So what stays forever is something what you need to tap on, because something which you see on a very trendy space will last for a small period of time, right? And you will constantly have to hop into different particular things. But if you know the fundamentals, you will build a very strong base. I'll give you an example. Amazon, so there is a great example of Amazon where Jeff Bezos mentions that the interesting question is what is not getting changed for the longest period of time. It is not about asking question that what is going to change in next 10 years, but what's not going to change has to be the real question, right? Because in Amazon, they have found that customer has always asked for low pricing, faster deliveries, and they need selections of product. And that's what has stayed for last 30 years the same. Most of their experiment failed. Only this three major trend has always been there, and their focus now is to improve this and focusing on this. So if you see deliveries, they have been focusing farly on faster deliveries or selling at the right lowest price possible. So that's the real trend which you have to keep up, that which will stand for long and not for a small period of time. One very great example of Indian brand is the Whole Truth. I love this brand, how it has been built. Uh, it is majorly leveraged on one of the core which people tend to follow is truth or trust with the brand, right? So they have created a protein market and focused on this clean energy, clean ingredients, clean label, talking to the point to customers. What was the core need, and it also stays for long. So if you see, uh, this particular trend of being honest with this user is going up, and it has been forever. Most people have been following the same trend. And I think the Whole Truth really kicked on the right particular point. That's how the trends are being made and not being followed. So I think on the trend, I believe that we have to focus on real behaviors, which, so with Decode is the core human behavior. If you talk, people want to live longer, right? Who wants to live short? Who wants to uh, get old? Everyone wants to stay young, right? That is a fundamental human behavior. Now, this is what we target and we tap in from Decode age, that the user behavior won't change. And we have seen that since last 200, 300 years or since centuries, people wanted fountain of youth, we have been knowing. So we have been following the same trend. Today also we talk about the same thing, that who wants to be old? Everyone wants to stay young for the longest period of time. And that's the trend we follow. And you have to tap in with that trend and not the current market trends to build a brand for long.
Great. So I think the flip side of what we have asked, you have definitely told that there are certain things which will never change. So as D2C owners, it is very important that rather than catching up on the trends, it's very important for you to deep dive and understand that what exactly the customer wants and will want, come what may, in the next 3 years. So what are the things that you feel which will beat the trends in terms of expectation, core expectation of the customer? So with that, from a mind fitness perspective, Zaunty, what are the things which are very important for a D2C owner to keep matching up or patching up with this particular trends? So how do you feel that he or she should be mentally resilient so that he or she is able to focus on the things which are changing very faster?
So from my experience, Ashish, I will say from a mindset point of view, trends play a very interesting role, but in a different way. Because from nowadays, because of the AI coming in, we see a lot of disturbances happening all around the world. So what mind does is it doesn't allow you to stay on course. You are on course to build a timeless brand. But seeing these trends coming in every day, you try to take a devout. So you try to change your path too soon. So what happens is the mind tells you that AI is coming, we have to become AI compliant. We have a new product is coming in the market, which may take us completely out of the market. So let's take a change. Let's do something different. And what that does is it takes the kill out of the brand that you have already built. So once you are on a path, once the journey is there for you, like I said before also, you have to keep on focus. You have to stay on what the qualities you are putting in your brand and be with that. Trends may come and may change, but you have to follow what you have always believed in, which is the true nature of your brand. You have built your brand on some core competence, like Parth has built on the timeless notion of that aging people are very worried about. So they don't want to change, or they don't want to age. So you also have built a brand on that. Be with it. Trends can come and change. Yes, definitely. If something you can add on with a new trend coming in, if you can add on to your existing marketing or sales strategy, definitely do that. But don't change because of the trends that are coming in. But mindset doesn't allow you to do that. It looks easy, but it is not that easy. So my tip, my advice to all the budding D2C founders will be, stay on your brand values, stay on your value system, and you will definitely succeed. Take some input from the brand, but don't devote too much.
Great. So, very important that trends are here to change, and we observe that trends are short in nature, and we have to be focused on our product and our customers, what exactly is their expectations. And with that, we would like to now talk about the third area of our webinar today, which is a big area of concern. While we have been talking to many D2C brand owners, we have been talking about customer retention. They honestly feel that customers acquisition is definitely a challenge, but more challenging is the customer retention. So as we understand, 80% of our business comes from existing customers. Uh, Retaining customers has been a very difficult charge for the D2C owners. So Parth, you have been there, done that. So what are the strategies you have implemented in Decode Age, which helps you retain customers beyond the first purchase? So is it easy to actually make the customer do a repurchase, or it is just a marketing gimmick, or is it the pure product which will actually make the customer buy your product again and again? So how do you create a balance between the product and the marketing to help the customer keep purchasing your product again and again? Especially in your case, we see that the customer has to take it for life, right?
Definitely. So for us, the biggest lever for retention is product itself. So branding and marketing will make a win for one particular first purchase, or even follow-ups can make you one or two more purchases. But if your product does not deliver, they won't stay. People will go around with different particular brands or different particular solutions available in the market. And it's this simple. So key lever has to be your product for retention and nothing else. I'll tell you, we have a great product called Longevit. So this is something what we launched in 2021 November. The first product was Longevit and Resvit. So Longevit has been till particular date a key hero product, but because someone who takes this Longevit, they see this particular impact, and uh, so they start seeing good energy, good sleep, metabolism getting better, and it's a blend. Now, when we measure this particular repeats, our average repeat ratios have been around 50% plus. And for this longevity itself, it is more than 70%.
Wow.
So when you really see that why people stick to this, even my mother so I have a range of products, and my family, I have been pitching down different particular products at different time. But my mother has been keeping consistent to this one single set of product, that is longevity. She never takes any other particular product from our ranges, which I always prescribe or which I probably suggest that you can start this and that. But she likes longevity a lot because it's for her, it is making an impact. It is she is feeling those particular small changes in her daily routine, which is helping her stay energetic, stay fit, having no particular disease, getting immune, and their daily life changes, right? So your product really has to speak. There is one more key fundamental book which I have read, I think 3 years back, and I've been following it. It's a .com secret if someone has read. It's a very interesting book by Russell Brunson, and it says very clearly that your funnel is a customer who gets result, right? Your funnel should not be any other thing. Once your real funnel is a customer who is seeing those particular difference in their life, they will stick to you forever. They won't go away with your particular brand. And that's how we have managed to keep our customers in funnel and make them repeats. One of the very interesting question which came up from one of our customers, I think a lot of customers, they asked that, how do I measure the changes which we are getting it from a lot of this interesting molecules you have been talking about science. ये काम करता है कि नहीं करता है? So how do we measure it? And this question was real because if we give them answer to this particular question, they will stay for much better time than they were expected to, because measurement will also keep them going with this particular product. So that's where we launched a blood age, which is one of the areas we have worked around for India and Indian data sets. So blood age really helps you understand this particular or track your biomarkers, what is affecting and what is changing with this particular supplements you are consuming. And this experiment has changed the repeat ratios for 10% more. So that has been one of the key levers in our previous 6 months for improving the customer retention. So you have to keep listening to customers and improve at different particular stages of the life cycle. I think one of the biggest mistake we always do is to get out of stock. I think a lot of times we have seen this ourselves going out of stock. We create the small batches. There are issues with not creating larger batches and things around. But still, because of our product were well and good enough, people waited for the product to come back in stock. So this is an interesting insight which we have also seen in our journey, that this should not happen to any particular company and no one should follow the same trend of getting out of stock, because you'll start losing your subscribed customers who are on Amazon. So we have lose a lot of our subscribed customers, and now you have to work again to bring the subscriptions again on the board. But interestingly, because of our products, people waited. People call us and say that "Aapka jab bhi aaye, first call us and we want to book it up." So, and we have seen that particular boost. Once our product is back in stock, your first 2 days are like a monthly sale, which happens. And we have seen this particular trend across multiple times. So product speaks. That's my core lever with Decode. We bet on product. We really drive the best possible sources for ingredients and science behind it.
Perfect. So right input part. So you're talking about the product. If it delivers the desired output, the customer is bound to come back. With that, Zaunty, from a mind conditioning coach, mental fitness, I would like to understand from you in terms of how do we enable consistency in D2C owners for a long-term change. So whatever growth that they are looking in for, how exactly they have to be consistent to get the desired output. It is very, very difficult because of the distraction that we are having today. How do we be consistent?
So just to continue with the topic of retention, if I say there are two major things which plays a very important role for retention of a client, for consistency. One thing is, we as Indians, I will talk about Indians, I'm not sure about outside India. We are so involved in getting fresh sales that sometimes we forget about the existing clients. So our 95% efforts are there to really look out for new clients, and that's how we start losing our existing clients. Even if our product is very good, even if our product is there in the market, still the focus, the mind is always saying ki, no, you focus on getting new clients, new clients. So what happens is new client starts coming in and the old starts getting out, and you still remain in that. So consistently you have to keep your focus on the existing client maximization as well. And second part, which is very important, I will again say very important, is that we have to take the feedback from the clients. Feedback doesn't mean ki how you like the product, how your thing is. That usually most of the D2C founder does. But what I am talking about the feedback is sometimes client preferences, sometimes client requirements changes. So maybe your product is very good for them for 6 months, 1 year. But if you don't keep on taking the feedback, what exactly is their requirement right now, you may have a very beautiful product, but that may not be applicable for them. So you have to keep on taking the feedback for the challenges that they're facing right now, not what they were facing maybe 6 months or 1 year down the line. So these are the two things for consistently you have to do. One is to take the feedback, and second is to focus on your existing clients. Yes, Ashish.
Thank you so much, Zaunty. Very valid inputs or probably actionable items that you're sharing with us today. With that intention, I would like to understand what are the things that you measure on a regular basis, Parth, in terms of the systems that you have developed in Decode Age, because as D2C owners who are building, managing, or aspiring to build up D2C brands, what are the systems that we need to build up to track customer engagements and impact? So can you please share us any insights or probably tools that you are using which will be useful for D2C growth marketeers?
So for us, the major metrics always have been, or we what we talked about is North Star metric, have been LTVs. So we follow LTVs for tracking the entire measurable output of what we are driving, how we are driving, because this gives us how many people repeats and what's an average repeat ratio is also going forward. So that's an interesting metric which we found out. I think it took us 1-2 years to really found it, because we were targeting different things. CAC पे focus करो, ROAS पे focus करो. You tend to focus on click rates, click-through rates, or different particular metrics. But for us, the most mattered was LTVs, because it really gives us a long-term target for a definite set of customers. Now, second thing where we heavily invest is CRO. So conversion optimizations across different particular channels. That has been one of the very key point where we have been investing or heavily investing for longest period of time. So A/B testing and improving performance at different particular stages very important for any particular D2C partners. On major tools, I think we have tried multiple tools and many metrics to cover up, but more tools, you are more confused. So I always believe that there should be less tools and core focus should be on very key metrics, what you want to really follow. And with us, we were using Shopify. So we were majorly using Shopify ka analytics on the base. Even Amazon gives a fantastic analysis. So when you use Amazon marketing platform Drona, if someone, so Amazon Drona hai, or even if you use marketing insights of Amazon, which they give. So even display campaigns उनके होते हैं, and a lot of insights their team also passes on to you. Their subscription insights, what kind of user are using subscription, how it is driving your subscriptions or things around. So all these particular things, marketing cloud, you get this particular different data on different channels. But are you using this first level of data? Then you are asking for more data from different particular tools. So that's the core fundamental. We understood that we don't need a lot of data. We need few data which can be tracked and which can be used for a longer period of time. And first, we make sense out of the first fundamental metrics we have, and then ask questions for that. Okay, what are the new tools? Interestingly, on Shopify, we use tools like lifetime metrics and the second is LabelView as a one particular tool which we use for generating reports or detailed reports of what are the product repeats which happens with if they are starting the journey with NM, and what are the next set of products they are buying, how they are buying, what are the set of segments we are finding it out, क्या रहता है, even different campaigns, what is coming in. But I think Shopify has Shopify Plus is giving amazing analysis already. So you don't need more tools about it. So I think that has been our journey. But on feedbacks, I think feedback mein one tool which I would recommend is Zigpoll, which we have been using since longest period of time on Shopify. For post-purchase surveys ho gaya, for I think during the session you can get or record this feedbacks, exit polls हो गया, बहुत सारे different particular surveys you can generate, and you can use this feedbacks every particular week to understand and analyze what's happening. So sometimes some customers come and go, but we don't know why they have gone back, right? Can we send them a mail and ask that what are the honest feedbacks, that why haven't you choose our product, right? Why haven't you bought any particular product?
Right.
So, or what are the feedbacks to bring new products and things around, right? I think this insights can really help to take or manage the metrics.
Perfect. I think good that you have told us that use less tools, but focus on the key areas that you would like to measure. Depends on the stage that you are currently. The one point which resonates with me is basically the dropout tools. So people who are dropping out, we see many a times people just come here for doing window shopping, and then they realize that the product or the price is not really clicking with them, and that's why they drop out. But as D2C brand owners, it's very important for us to analyze the behavior of the customer in terms of why are they actually not considering it. So well said. With that, Zaunty, I would like to ask you, from a mind fitness perspective, what are the things that you feel D2C owners or growth marketeers should measure in terms of mental fitness so that they see progress in a visible pattern?
So to answer your question, I will say, Ashish, from the analysis that happens, the major challenges which a D2C founder faces is one, either they take the analysis, the small survey size analysis, and they start making changes too soon. Or sometimes what happens is they goes into analysis paralysis. They keep on analyzing the trends, what is coming, and they don't do anything. So you have to be mindful of both the effects. That whatever, like Parth mentioned, there are few parameters that you have to focus on, and whatever analysis or whatever tool, the measurement tools are giving it to you, you have to put into perspective and use that. But be aware that one, you should not wait too long, just keep on analyzing and not doing anything about it. And the second part is, it should not happen that you are acting too fast on the feedbacks or the analysis that you are getting, and really your tipping point is coming when you will go to the next level and you have missed the bus because you change your course too fast. Yes, Ash.
Perfect. So with that, I would like to thank all the people who have been with us today and take a feedback. Our intention is to have this particular session on a monthly basis where we help D2C owners, D2C growth marketeers, and people who aspire to build a D2C brand. India is a country where we have got more than 800 brands which are currently active in the D2C space. It's a $60 billion industry. So I would urge people who are planning to consider to come into the space of D2C. It is an exciting space, but you have to be very careful in terms of what are the products, how exactly it resonates with your customer, and how do you do marketing, positioning, and branding. So with that intention, I would like to take a feedback on how exactly this webinar went for you in terms of the quality of the content and how it resonates with you, what exactly you are currently doing. So my team is putting the feedback link on the, yeah, thank you so much. So you can click on the link and give us a feedback. You can scan this particular QR code. And while you give this particular feedback, I would like to talk a little bit about Data Insight. Data Insight, we started out with a pure intention of helping D2C companies to build brands and spread across in various other platforms. We help you in terms of doing a market fitment, whether your product is really fit for the market, and help you optimize your digital presence. So as we know, if you're starting a D2C brand, you have to be listed in all the spaces possible. But understanding your particular brand, it may be also possible that we may recommend that you have to be present only in spaces which are of importance and where your customer really resides. So we do that particular activity for you, where we not only understand your brand, but we help you do the listing of the brands, do the promotion of your brands, and finally help you gain momentum among the customer space. So with that intention, we come to the end of the webinar, and these are our numbers. You can reach us out if you want to take any services from our side. And with that, we would also like to thank our speakers, Zaunty and Parth, to be with us today and share their real valuable experience with us. And as a token of gratitude, my team would like to gift you a book which is on focus on what matters. So that is from Darius Forex, which is author which I really follow. And this book is coming your way. It's a hard copy, not an e-book. And with that, we would now like to announce the winners for the webinar today. We've got two winners where we told that they will be winning two books from our side. So we have got the first winner who has responded to us the fastest. His name is Somil Parmar. Somil, if you're there with us, team, can you focus? Somil, congratulations for
Yeah,
being the first winner. You're there with
thank you.
us. My team
Yes,
can
definitely.
spotlight you. Yeah, thank you so much and
Yeah,
congratulations.
thank you, Ashish.
Right. And Mohammad Irfan, who is our second winner. Congratulations, Mohammad.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Amin.
Yeah. Thank you for being with us today, and we'll be very happy to hear any feedback from you, so that we be more resonative in terms of the next webinar that we are going to organize in the next month. And you can be a part of our community, be a part of the WhatsApp group, and we will be keep posting you about what are the trends which are happening in the D2C space and the webinar which we are going to organize on a regular basis. Parth, Zaunty, last words from you. How has it been, and what are your last piece of advice for the D2C brand owners?
My one single advice, I think, for D2C founders would to make a profitable business rather than burning business. I think that's the core fundamental which every D2C brand has to have,
True.
and not work as just a startup, because startups are business, and if you don't do business, it is not going to last. So I think the core fundamental for us also have been going profitable and making a long-term business from my side.
Absolutely. Being a profitable business and a long-term business, that's a very key feedback that you are giving to us today, Parth. And definitely in the D2C space, we go in the race of scalability and we don't focus on the bottom line.
True.
We are just focused on the top line and we see that nothing is there in the bottom.
Definitely. I think we overhire, we over commit, we do multiple things, but that's the only burn. As a fundamental of the business, the first thing has to be how do you make profits from the business? Probably 1 year you'll invest your money, 2 years you will invest your money, but then you have to start making money, or
True,
you will die soon,
true.
probably, or you will be more invested into finding money than running a business. So that's the core for any particular D2C brand. I think your first core has to be how and when you will make first profits, or how soon you will turn up the first profits. Right.
True.
Thank you so much. And Zaunty, last words from you.
I will say, Ashish, that as a D2C founder, you should try to find out one or two challenges that your customer are facing. You map your customer and figure out one or two challenges, and then what you can help them to save it with your products and services. Don't try to go and try to solve too many challenges at one time. Then you will start getting too thin on paper. So focus on one or two challenges you can focus and then solve it with your D2C brand.
Perfect. Great. Thank you so much. Thank you, viewers, for being with us today on a weekend, and that too on a Saturday. And we totally appreciate your time. And we will also be sending across the winners the books as we promised, and the ebook which will be going to you by Wednesday or Thursday to your inbox. So that will be purely based on the conversation. People who have missed out can also follow our channel and see that you can follow this particular session, which will be uploaded by coming Wednesday. So I invite everyone to please subscribe to our YouTube channel, where you can follow us and see more content which is more relevant for your business. Right. With that, I would like to end this session. Thank you so much for your love and for your feedback, which is coming from all the people. And the winners will be contacted by my team for the address so that we can send across the book that you have won. And speakers Parth and Jaunty, I would also like to have your address, which my team will take from you, so that we send the book as a token of gratitude for your time and knowledge that you have spent with us today.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much, Ashish.
Thank you so much, Parth. Thank you, Jaunty.
Thank you.